Like islanders in a hurricane, businesses in Ferguson tried to hold back the storm.
We are moments away from an announcement of the grand jury.
I just hope that everybody stay calm tonight and keep the peace in the street.
Protesters are gathering.
But when the decision was announced,
no probable cause exists.
the fury swelled.
Man, f this. I'm angry. I'm angry. It's about to go down, man.
Disperse immediately.
Both sides will blame the other for what happened after that.
They threw tear gas at the entire crowd.
The gas did its job.
Blow your nose out. Get it out of your nose.
But smoke was followed
That's what's burning. 2 police cars.
by fires.
It's a wild night.
An auto parts store, a pizza place.
These people work very hard for this business right here. Still, we attack and burn down a black business. And everybody's saying, well, it's the out-of-towners that is doing it. No, it's the local people that stay in the community, that go in there every day, that know what they was doing.
And in they went. A title company, a laundromat, a convenience store. Fires with no one to fight them, and only slow-footed looters with a worry of being caught.
It's sickening. It's heartbreaking.
The forecast for calm was not to be, as a wicked storm had its way.
All we wanted was peace. That's all we wanted.
In Ferguson, Missouri, Boyd Hooper, King 5 News.
Totally insane, ain't it? That looks like mayhem.
Oh yeah, we stuck to the script.
We're about to get our quest for 6.
We win, they lose.
#1.
We go to the Super Bowl.
I'll straight for San Francisco.
They don't.
We're gonna see Kaepernick go home tonight, baby!
We rub it in.
We're gonna get you.
That's the fun part. We celebrate.
Super Bowl!
That's the best part.
We're seeing the Super Bowl! We're going to New Jersey, baby!
Oh yeah, we stuck to the script.
There's no sweeter moment right now. It's the best feeling in the world.
Featuring a starved community that wanted nothing more, expected nothing less, hungry for this day.
Oh my God, this is the greatest thing in the world.
For this moment,
Never been happier.
It means so much.
knowing there would be one more day. That's what it says in the script. One more game to prove to everyone else what we already know. We're the best, right? Yes. Credit the team.
Came a long way.
But also give credit to the 12th man, of course. You and you and you and you. All of you. We did it. Together we did it.
Seattle all day, #1, baby!
What a place to call home.
Oh my God, I'm so excited I can't even stand it.
A place of joy and pride. A place of high volume
Super Bowl bound tonight.
and uncontrollable delight.
We stuck to the script, all right.
Beat the Broncos!
John Sharifi, King 5 News.
Tradition. On this gray Seattle day, brings us to a restaurant that overlooks Alki Beach.
You gonna have the halibut again?
A place where Miriam and Virgil McDonald come often.
Oh, that's good, huh?
And always together, tucked away in a corner booth, sharing a good meal, a whole lot of laughs, and a lifetime of love.
We've been married a long time. You gotta learn to share.
That part won't change.
Ready?
Yeah.
Crab cakes?
But the conversation
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
already is.
Crab pig.
And while Miriam almost always knows exactly what her husband is trying to say, sometimes people hear Virgil's slurred speech and assume he's had one too many cocktails.
No.
They assume wrong.
It's definitely gotten worse over the last month. It's noticeably worse. Okay, ready?
And so husband and wife are here not just to eat,
Crab. Duck. Pie.
but to make audio recordings of the items Virgil most often orders off the menu at Duke's,
Calamari.
speaking as clearly as he possibly can.
Crab pig.
It's a process called voice banking.
What have you done so far?
That they learned at Virginia Mason Medical Center.
Let's try another one.
Something speech pathologist Roberta Kelly has been encouraging Virgil to do ever since doctors diagnosed him.
They ran a bunch of tests and they said, we think you got ALS.
ALS.
So.
Often referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease.
Tough.
Yeah.
I want you to focus on the end of the word.
And the kind Virgil is battling attacks his facial muscles first.
Well, voice banking is very valuable because it captures part of who the person really is.
That looks great.
Because when Virgil can no longer talk on his own, this computer will speak for him.
What time does the Seahawks game start?
Perfect.
Love football.
Perfect. I loved that. And it was clear.
And at the top of the list.
Okay.
I love you.
3 words Virgil wants his wife to hear.
Great.
Forever.
I love you. Yeah.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
You want to save it?
3 words. He told Miriam every day during his nearly 3 decades as a Seattle police officer. Although work these days looks a little bit different.
And if this was still here, I'd be still out there.
ALS took his voice, and then it took his career.
It was just really difficult to hear that this could happen to somebody that you just love and adore. He's just such a great guy.
Instead of police scanners, he now listens to the soothing sounds of classical music. And instead of a police cruiser, he now sits in a cubicle. But that laugh
After the new year.
And remember, go.
and the hugs he hands out in the hallways at SPD. Even the decorations on Virgil's desk are proof. His personality outshines his illness.
The laughter is still there, the sense of humor is still there, and he's just got a great attitude. And he always has, and it's always been that way.
The truth is that no one knows that better than Miriam.
I finished his sentences for him.
But as they sit side by side in that favorite corner booth, the unknown
Hard every day.
is what scares her.
You try to enjoy life, and you remember.
How do you even begin to put memories like these into words?
Did you see that?
Miriam and Virgil will take it one step at a time.
It was a seal or something right out there.
And always together.
I love you.
Not every day has to be gray.
I love you too.
Heather Graff, King 5 News.
We put up barriers to ease our fears. Some plywood and steel, like those in Ferguson. Others, invisible.
There's still that separateness, a wall.
You know, you don't really discuss it, but it's there.
It's a dangerous place to go.
Blacks and whites still struggling to talk with each other about race.
No justice!
So the pressure builds and bursts. Why so hard to just talk?
There are things that I've heard white folks say about black people, even sometimes when they may be true, it hurts. That may be one reason why people don't talk.
Try to get me on camera, man.
I don't know what it's like to be a black man when the police are hassling you or whatnot, you know? So, I mean, I don't know where they're coming from, so I don't completely understand it.
I know so many blacks that just have like an idea of just like what white people in general think about them.
Barriers.
As criminal justice students, I think that you guys are like critical.
St. Louis University professor Norm White is constantly trying to break them down.
Why is that something that we should worry about?
The barrier of exclusion that silences blacks.
And I just kind of see this undertone.
Or whites' fears of being labeled racist for honestly expressing what's on their mind.
I feel like that's been forgotten about, that this is like a two-way street.
And perhaps the biggest barrier of all, the separation in our neighborhoods.
So not having that social interaction just creates this circumstance where it's really difficult to know how to talk to each other.
When you know somebody well enough, he knows that whatever I say that might come off as offensive is not intending to be offensive at all.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
You gotta be able to talk or else we get stuck in this rut we're in.
So we talk.
We found Sharon Randall and Barbara Hughes at a bus stop on that very street in Ferguson, boarded up and barricaded.
It's like, hi, how you doing? I'm like, hey, how are you?
But they're not.
Like, even when the situation happened here, well, the lady that I work with, you know, she's Caucasian, and she just came up to me and just asked me, how was I doing? That was a human question. That's not a black or white question.
He's my neighbor.
That's Paul.
And he does this every day. He cleans the neighborhood. Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul.
And then we stopped talking about why we can't talk.
You guys are in fine shape.
Because in this place of such division, a fine example of how it's done.
It's a matter of relationship. That's it. Relationship and willing to just talk to people and get to know them. Right. Yeah.
A matter of fewer barriers and more connections.
We have to talk. Yeah, we do.
In St. Louis, Boyd Hooper, King 5 News.